Hey Libra, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is going to be our daily reading for Sunday, December 27th. Let's see what's going on with Libra. We have the Five of Presents in reverse. This is a positive shift in your financial situation. You've been potentially struggling a bit for money. This is an end to those struggles in some way. Let's see what the challenge is. We have the Three of Candles and the Ace of Needles in reverse. You're waiting to get some information. Yeah. You're waiting for information. Okay. Let's see what you're focused on. We have the Star in reverse. You have a glimmer of hope. And that feels good. That feels really good. You like feeling good. I'm getting this strong sense of that you're just so grateful and appreciative of being able to feel good. It's really powerful. I think you haven't been super hopeful for a while, so this feeling good, this feeling hopeful for the future, it's almost optimism. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's not quite optimism yet, but it's that spark of hope that can be, you can fan the flame into full-fledged optimism. In the recent past, you'd experienced some healing. Something that had hurt you in the past, you addressed it and you incorporated it into your life in a healing way. You accepted it, so it doesn't hurt you anymore. The energy of the environment, we have good fortune coming your way. Whatever information that you're waiting for, I think it's going to be good news. Well, I just got a really strong ringing in my ear. Okay. I think that's a yes, you guys. I think that's a yes. In the near future, we're going to have strength. So not only are you going to be hopeful, you're also going to start to feel more powerful. You're going to start to trust yourself that you are up to whatever challenge comes your way. You're going to look back on having made it through this experience with the grace and dignity that you did. And you're really going to, that's going to improve your opinion of yourself. I don't know if improve is the right way, but it will give you a sense of how capable and how strong you are. Let's see your surprise. Ace of Presents in reverse. Another ace in reverse. So there is new energy wanting to break in here. There's a bit of a veil, a bit of a barrier from this newness being able to make its way through. But this surprise energy is that something's going to show up as an opportunity for you to grab hold of and build on. The Pentacles presence in this deck, but the Pentacle suit is all about the material world, the 3D reality, tangible things. So a lot of times it's interpreted as money, but it just means things that you need or want. This Ace of Presents, you're going to want it. You're going to want to take hold of this opportunity. It's going to be something that you can build on, something that can last. They're giving me information about the astrology of Saturn at the moment because Saturn's just moved into an air sign. You're an air sign, so that's going to affect you in a certain way with the structures you're being. This might not be interesting to, I know you guys came here for a tarot reading, not necessarily the astrology, but you know, I have to give the messages as they come through, so that may be meaningful to you guys in some way. This opportunity, oh, okay, they're telling me the reason why they wanted me to call that to my attention is because it has to do with the time frame. So Saturn's going to be in Aquarius, I believe, just over 2 years, perhaps like 2.5 years-ish. So the time frame of this opportunity being the potential for you to build it to completion can be this like 2.5 year cycle or span. Okay. In your hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Presents and the Devil in reverse. This is admirable in my estimation. You are hoping for abundance. You're hoping for a comfortable life that you don't want for anything, where you always have all you need and more, and you can rely on that, so much so that there's no doubt or worry about being able to pay bills, being able to pay rent, being able to put food on the table. It's like that wouldn't even enter into your mind because your resources are so plentiful that you can live a life of being focused on other things than just making ends meet. The other side of this, with the Devil in reverse, we're talking about releasing bad habits, releasing mentalities or relationships that have been holding you back. It's facing all of your self-limiting behaviors and beliefs and wanting to see it clearly for what it is so that you don't get caught up in the lie. You don't get caught up in the lie of that. Like, this will be a good solution for you. No, it won't. It will only hold you back. It's a lie. So, hopes and fears. This is strong in the hope category. I like that because, you know, you're starting to have hope, and this isn't about fear. I mean, there's a flip side to every hope, is the fear that it won't manifest. I'll give you that. But this is a very hopeful energy. This is like saying, here's what I really do want, and that's what I'm focused on. So that's good. That's very, very good. Let's see the end result. How do these energies culminate for Libra? How does this all turn out? Six of Potions in reverse. Interesting. There's something that you're idealizing right now that you will stop idealizing because you'll realize that it wasn't all that great. Whatever this, it could be something from your past. It could be, I have a feeling this is going to represent something different for a lot of you, for each of you. But let me pull a clarifier to see if we can get more information. The Four of Candles. Okay, I get it. This is you not idealizing what other people believe represents a stable life. Because you adopt those beliefs and then you judge yourself accordingly. You allow other people or expectations to dictate what you believe you should do or what you believe is possible for your life. So this is saying at the end of all of this, part of the reason you're going through this time, this stage of your life, is to get to a point where you no longer idealize. How to say this? I don't know the term for it. Let me think of an example. Maybe that'll help. If the community that you grew up in places a high importance and emphasis on getting married and having kids and owning a home, the stereotypical happy American family, husband, wife, 2.5 kids, 2 cars, 3-car garage, so the dad has a place to work in the garage. That overly idealized version of what life should look like. So I'm not saying that's the specific thing that's going on with you. I'm giving that as an example to share the energy, right? So it's like there's some vision of what should be because of community or societal expectations that you've adopted, that you will be dropping. And that will be a huge benefit to your life. That freeing yourself from idealizing that specific way of believing that you're successful. Once you stop pinning success on that one thing, it opens your mind and your life up to being successful, meaning a variety of different things, specifically for you, but also you'll recognize success in others around you as well, in places you hadn't seen it before. That's super interesting. You guys, I learned so much doing tarot readings myself about life and about spirit. I really enjoy doing these readings, so I hope that it's helpful to you guys as well. Your advice is Tower in reverse. I think this is saying no sudden movements. This is the time that slow, methodical energy. Oh, they're closing up my throat, so I might not be correct here. Let me take a drink. This is water. My other glasses were dirty, so I'm being fancy with my water. Didn't know my wine glass would be making a cameo, but yeah, they just totally closed up my throat there, so I think they want to redirect what I was talking about. Let me pull a clarifier. My first line of thinking was that this advice is saying don't take sudden actions. Does that one want to come out? Because the Tower is like a lightning strike. It's unexpected. It can be harmful. It can be destructive. But the energy of the Tower wants to remove what's in your way. It's like divine intervention. The Eight of Potions in reverse. It's some sort of a return. Okay. This may make sense for some of you. What I'm getting is a little unusual, but I'm going to give the message the way I'm seeing it. This advice is saying if you are compelled to or feeling intuitively like the right thing to do would be to make a sudden return, then that's the thing to do. Please tell me in the comments if that resonates or how it resonates. I'm curious to know about this one because this is an unusual combo for me. They're telling me not to pull any more clarifiers, so I'm going to leave it at that. Let me just consider a bit more if there's further information. One possibility would be that you can avoid divine intervention here. And I hesitate to go too far down that path because, how can you give advice? How can you give someone advice as to how to avoid divine intervention? The best that I know is just to stay aligned with your higher purpose so that when things need to leave your life, you are purposefully and consciously working with the universe to release things that need to go out of your life. Like always be focused on the now moment and what comes next. And not holding on to the past and not bringing it along with you. I don't know, the rest of your reading is very positive. It's about healing. It's about being hopeful. It's about not needing to live up to anyone else's standards and feeling super centered and successful in that way. And then we have this Tower energy. I feel like it's gonna click for me at any moment. If you guys getting bored looking at me staring at these cards? I want to bring through whatever messages, and I feel like there's something more clear that needs to be said. Let me just peek at the bottom of the deck. Two of Potions in reverse. Okay. I got something that may be helpful to you guys, so we'll go through that and then I'll leave it there. If something isn't feeling right, with that Two of Potions in reverse, it's like the desire to disconnect from something emotionally that is no longer serving you. So it's saying, don't be afraid to suddenly walk away. Because the other interpretation of when we have the Eight of Potions, Eight of Cups in this deck, in the reversed position, it doesn't always stand for a return. Sometimes it's a decision to permanently walk away. Make that walking away permanent. So, whether you are compelled to or intuitively guided to suddenly return or suddenly walk away out of a situation like what we've been talking about today, then that's your advice. Don't be afraid to take sudden action if it feels, or if it's not sudden, it may just be unexpected. Okay, that's clicking for me now. Because the other, lightning is unexpected. You can't predict where it's going to strike, right? So if you are suddenly going to start not meeting other people's expectations, it's a walking away from that belief system that we were talking about with like thinking that the 2.5 kids, cars in the garage situation is your ideal that you should be striving for. This could be saying, if living that truth would shock other people, if living your successful way of life would be unexpected or shocking to other people, don't be afraid to return to the situation where you might shock them. I'll give you an example and then we'll close it. Say that you are gay, and when you lived in where you grew up, it was before you had come out, and so people didn't know you as being gay. But then you had realized who you are and start living your life in a more full expression of your happiness. And then there's this like current reading that if that's your situation, it could be that you are letting go of those last vestiges of, well, society tells me I really should be living another way. You know, those things that you can hold on to and expect out of yourself that kind of keeps you limited in understanding how successful you are in your life. If that's the case for you, then this advice would be something akin to, don't be afraid to go back to your hometown and be exactly who you are. Don't feel like you have to dress differently or act differently or hide who you are. If it's, unexpected or shocking, don't shy away from that. I'm glad that I took the time to go through that, because I felt like there was a bigger message that needed to come through. So I think that's going to be important for at least one of you guys. It felt important to me. So thanks for hanging with me for that it took me a while to arrive at the meaning there. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, Libra, for allowing me to read for you. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.